This is the first match of the finales. GKD versus Sox. Sox is going to be on the first attack. We can actually see that they are Sox is actually completely committing towards the right-hand side here. Extremely dangerous. I don't like this this attack at all, because you open up your whole left flank for this crossfire. And you see that television is actually on the far left, killing a lot of people. But you also see Ulti or any one of his teammates on the far right for the Germans, far left on Tony's side, shooting all across the map from left to right. Just having that little crossfire, very powerful on this map. So you definitely want to divert your attention to two sides at the same time.
Let's sort of try to come in through the middle then, actually. It didn't work.
It's going to be it's interesting to see how they're going at it. I like this advance a little bit more, but they are in the wrong crater here. This is actually a very nice position. What they have right here. This could be a very good flank. Do we know who that is? That's probably.
I can't tell. They that function, didn't they? The guy who's on the left's doing well. Oh, he's down.
Yeah, that was Killian right there, but he gets killed by Smiley, doing a really good job in defending this. They don't have a foothold, and Venice is just looking very, very strong in defending in the first couple of minutes of this match. And it's actually very hard to defend this trench, so Venice is just showing their skill.
They're coming. I just don't. They're not using the cover I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go on. I was gonna say. I mean, personally, I try and steer clear of that open area. Get behind the haystacks, and you've got to have somebody putting down a nice base of fire.
Yeah, I don't like how Sox is approaching this one. You need to not run as fast as they're trying to do it. Ain is a very open map, especially if you're defending as a Germans in the beginning. You need to kill a few Germans and then move in, not just go and hold your W key, what they are doing. And Venice is actually so confident that they ran out of their trench, deserting a little bit in order to get into their trench earlier. Television just did that. But he is out of ammo, and he needs to reload before you can shoot again. Interesting one. But Venice actually got a few meters in there already to be closer to the trench, and now I feel like they are going to be overrunning the left-hand side of Sox, the right-hand side of the Entente right now.
They're overrunning the left-hand side of the Entente.
Oh, they're already.
Yeah, there's a couple coming into the right. Yeah,
they're both in on the left and the right, and this is looking very grim for Sox. They are going to lose these trenches if they don't watch out. They need to keep this middle player alive. They need people in there, otherwise they are going to absolutely capture this one. With 5 people in for the Germans, they are already very fast. The whole team is in here. They're fast taking this trench from Sox already. And this is a very hard trench to recapture if you're the Entente side. If you have a nice spread as Venice, definitely when you get this good of a control of this trench, it's going to be very hard to retake it. Venice is looking to definitely take this trench. There we go. And secondly, it's going to be very hard for Sox to retake this trench.
It's difficult, isn't it? It's almost worth going through the middle on this one and trying to retake it.
I think your best chance on attacking this one is going through the forest on the far left,
yeah, I mean,
and just getting a few people in the crater on the right. What do you think?
You kind of need, if you're doing that, you kind of need some nades, so you need to lob them over and get those people in the far left. But yeah. I mean, that's if you're double recon, we're double. Oh no, are we? No, one recon. Oh no, we are double recon. Oh.
They did switch to Tommy's and.
Oh yeah, they got artillery. Yeah. So they got artillery. They could lay down artillery in one corner or other and then try and charge into it.
I think that's extremely dangerous. They have 2 minutes and 2.5 minutes in this attack side left, and they'll not get the artillery up in time. Did they just switch, do you know, or don't we?
I don't know.
Okay. Anyway, if they get their artillery up, it's a good gamble. Then they could actually very well attack the left or the right hand side as they are moving into that artillery, but I think the sacrifice of not being able to spawn in each other is actually not worth the risk.
You need to get somebody in there. If you can get somebody into this trench, if you can get into the trench, it's doable to hang around and grab a foothold, but yeah, it's hard, still hard, very hard to take.
Absolutely, but Bennis is just looking so ridiculously strong. As, for example, Television is 17-0 and Smiley is also 17-3. This is unheard of in a competitive match. I think Ain is still Bennis's most favorite map. They are so ridiculously good on this map, especially you don't want to play against either Smiley, Television or Ulti on this map. Even in pubs or in competitive match, they will just slaughter you. And the same thing is portraying a little bit in this game right now. Sox definitely needs to step up if they want to have any chance in not losing this trench as well. They have 1 minute left in order to recapture this trench, and they are just looking a little bit uncoordinated, very uncharacteristic. I can't say that word. Can you help me out there?
No, I'm not going to help you at all.
It's uncharacteristic for Sox to not play together there. It's a ridiculous word, and I'm not going to use it again. I'm sorry. But
anyway, they've changed again. Looking at the, I think they don't know what squad type to take. The Sox, I think they've changed again, haven't they?
They still are with the Poilu now, and
yeah, but they were.
Yeah, it's interesting to see that they are switching half match. That's very hard. The Television actually being overconfident there, running into no man's land before the timer runs out, but he was right to do it. They didn't have a foothold, and just like that, Bennis wins their defend phase of this match, of this trench, and they are able to start advancing for the second point already.
The one on the hill, one of the Bennis is on the hill on this map. Two up on the hill in the woods.
Television actually having a kill death ratio of a 20 right here. This is hard to watch actually. Bennis being completely confident. They feel kind of invincible right now. Taking the hill part, which is a very dangerous position to play in, but they make it look like it's very easy to be there. Just killing everyone left and right.
It's difficult. They're making hard work for themselves. I really think they've lost one of their players as well.
Yeah, Bennis is just too strong for Sox right now as they are defending this trench, and they got instantly removed from the trench, and just like that in 40 seconds they were able to take this second trench of the Sox already. And now we're going into a 3-minute period of defending this trench for Bennis, and if they can keep him out there, they're already looking at the last trench. What can Sox do right now? What do they need to change in order to take this trench?
Well, I'd change my squad types back to recon, and then I would probably try and get somebody in on the right, although harder to do, but better in the long run. Get someone in on the left, push everybody off the hill. If you can take the hill, actually, you can shoot down and kill anybody who's in the right-hand side, but it's tricky. It's tricky.
Yeah.
So much work to do.
It's interesting to see that they used the artillery right there, but Bennis hears the sound cue. You also have, when the artillery is actually spawning in, everyone run out from the hill part, as everyone, well, as it is expected, you use your artillery right there, and the artillery they were waiting for 3 minutes ended up killing nobody, and not even helping them in order to get into this trench. So the tactic they tried to use with artillery didn't help them in order to get a foothold, as they didn't get any kills nor help their advance at all.
Yeah, you really save your artillery until you're trying to get somebody out of a foothold situation. Yes, recon's always better, isn't it, Trey?
Yeah, it feels like Sox is falling apart a little bit, completely falling apart here. They need to.
The right is open. They could have got someone in, hold a foothold, work it from there.
What Sox needs to do is, I agree with you, changing the squad types again. But what is even more important is that they need to stop running constantly and start fighting. Also on the long-range advance, because you can't run in this very open no man's land when you don't have 2 or 3 kills of the enemy team, because you'll just get slaughtered. And this is what's happening right now.
Yeah, he needs to do some approach work. Shoot a couple, move a couple, shoot a couple, move a couple. Just keep on approaching, whittling away the enemy, and then try and get into the trench.
Yeah, Spook actually getting ridiculously aggressive there, getting the foothold that I was trying to spawn at right here. A very important place to capture is the Antali, and Spook knows that. Sacrifices himself by trading with 2 enemy players as well. Good plays all around the board for Venice. Venice is just looking very, very strong. I mean, take a quick look at the kill death ratios right now. This is the scoreboard. On the left, you'll see the Central Powers, the Germans, 29-3, and 29-5. That's ridiculous scores. You never see that. Venice is actually so confident running out of the trench 8 seconds before the timer runs out in order to get a even faster approach towards the trench of the Antali now. Same thing.
Stocks have got to get on the left quickly and shoot as they come because they're very open. Yeah, got it.
Yeah, and this aim, you need to hold your trench in the no man's land. The moment they're in the trench, you are basically you gave away a foothold. It's very hard to get out of, and Venice is proving that they're just too strong right now in order to cross that no man's land, shooting in the no man's land, getting the defenses weakened from the Antali, in this case on the left side, and running in from there, and actually being so confident that they are just overwhelming the Antali right now, with 8 people already in, and yeah, capturing this trench as fast as you can, basically.
There's no one in. There's no one in. There's a couple spawned in the artillery pits, but one of them got killed already. Yes, there's those two craters in front of the of what was now the German line. Is you can hold the position quite far forward, can't you? So left themselves a lot of work to do now. Now they're trying to take the left, but they lost it.
Yeah, it's just as I'm struggling to get anyone alive from the Sox right now. They need to re-get themselves and organize themselves a little bit, and I think the only way to do it on this side, you can't get it back to a draw anymore. There's no time like that. So Sox already lost the game, but they need to save a little bit of face right here and recapture at least this trench.
They've got 11 minutes. They could, recapture this trench here, get a couple of points for themselves. I mean, this part of the map, I think that if you're attacking it from the Aton side, as obviously they are, then you should really actually go in the middle to the left, and draw some fire away, and hopefully somebody else can pick out one of the other ends. But yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? That big shell hole in the middle, I quite like trying to jump into.
I think the cornfield is the easiest way to advance on this trench, but the Germans know it, and they are just this is the most important part. And if I zoom out even more, this is the whole cornfield, and there's 3 people guarding this cornfield, because you can look through it from this angle, and you'll never get in if they defend it this well. As the whole squad gets killed on the left side here for the Antali, Venice is just playing this perfectly. They're playing this absolutely perfectly. Textbook style defense of this trench as well. And it seems like Sox is not having a good half in this one in order to take a few points against Venice here.
It's been a steamroller. They got 1 minute 16 to get a foothold at least, haven't they? And now this guy in the middle, I quite like the look at what he's doing. But needs to push on. I mean, they've got the artillery as a cook. Yeah.
I don't like how Sox is actually advancing, because there are they are looking at the ground as they are running through, and it does well decrease your profile, so you have less space to shoot on. But that only works if you know there's not 4 people shooting at you. They need to take a little bit more of a passive approach, kill a few people, and then go. What it's right now is actually use the artillery, getting 4 kills. That's very important. This could actually be the one that they could score at least a point. Spear Dragon getting 3 kills right there, trying to get it into, but he needs to keep running.
He got one person in, and they've only got one person in the trench on the right, but he's got company close by.
There's a few people actually in mid now, and they need to kill so many people. They need to do so much work in order to get it back. But in 6 seconds, this could already be over. I don't think they have a foothold, do they? They don't. That's it. That's the first half on Ain. Ben is just being extremely powerful in this half against Sucks. Very well played by Benis right here.
Well played, everybody.
What can Sox do when they are defending the first trench? Do you think we're going to see the same thing, but then for the Germans, or?
Well, I think rather belatedly they changed themselves to chasseurs. So, but I mean, personally, if I was, we got 2 more maps to go, so they've got to do this twice. Will be the on time and take the Highlanders because they've got the SMLE with 10 rounds. Mm-hmm. It's better for close combat because you don't have to reload it so often, and it's a fast firing rifle, so it's all there, it's all good. I'd take those and just try and push in and get footholds. I mean, just stay alive a little bit longer.
Let's see if they're actually going to opt for a little break here, but it seems like they want to keep going. Get this thing going again, and what Sox needs to do right now is get a 3-0 victory against Benis, returning the favor as they did it. Hold this trench, don't lose it, because then you don't have time to capture the HQ. But actually, holding the trench and capturing all 3 trenches, just like they did with the Antali. But that's a very difficult assignment for Sox.
Yes, it's a large ask, isn't it? The way Ben is playing at the moment. They do have the slight advantage, I think, the Germans on this line.
Sorry, again?
I was saying the Germans, I think, have a slight advantage when they're defending this trench line.
Yeah, I do think so as well. The most important bit is going to be the first attack for the Antali. If you can't defend that attack, you'll have people into your far right hand side, and I think Benis is strong enough to keep that foothold going, because there's a little open square right here in which you can just lie down and keep that foothold going. And people like Spook and Troll excel basically at standing in this corner, getting the crossfire going, but as well just peeking out into the no man's land when you're trying to run out. Or flank around as the Germans. So it's for Sox, what they absolutely need to do is not lose the right hand side right here. If they do, I think there's going to be a very difficult task to get to not let it spiral out of control just like it did.
It's easier to lose. Once you lose one part, it can happen very, very fast. Are we live now?
No, we're waiting for the restart, and that's going to take a minute. There's just a bit of a discussion going on. Let me actually switch to the no.
Live on restart.
Live on restart. We are okay. So they're just going to wait and restart in a few seconds. Sorry. What is going to be interesting to see?
This is interesting. The Sox are going with a Stossenstrooper and a
Lancer squad.
Mm-hmm.
If they actually go forward with that, they could. The Stossenstrooper gives you the spawning advantage anyway. So if you place your attack orders right, you'll still be able to spawn on each other as you go forward. The Lancer, on the other hand, is going to be very difficult because only your NCO can spawn in your fellow teammates. And I think that's a very big risk that Sox can't take at this moment. I think they need the spawnability and just win their duels.
Yeah, and the Venice have gone with 2 Highlanders from the looks of it.
As expected, utilizing the airplane bomb and just the spawnability of the Highlanders, gaining the foothold, keeping it, and just advance from there.
I think Stocks are learning on the job at the moment. It takes, as you say, it just takes too long for the artillery to warm up.
In 8 seconds, we are going live with the second match, GKD Venice versus Sox right here. And this is the second half of this one. Sox needs to win this one with 3-0 in order to make this one equal. Let's see how they advance, how Venice is going at this, trying and take the first attack.
So they're coming up on the right, as expected.
And television is already, he's going unimposed towards the right. It's very important that Sox doesn't lose the right here. If they do, they're going to give Venice a foothold that they will have a hard time actually getting rid of. And
yeah,
just like that, I think this is going to be very difficult for Sox to get him out now.
Both
4 in, yeah, there we go. They need to stabilize a little bit and keep this trench, but it looks like they already took half the trench.
Yeah, they're in the mid.
And taking it very, very fast.
Taking the left. Yep, that's pretty much it, isn't it, already?
Yes, they can't. Well, every second counts right now. If Venice is able to take this trench and defend it successfully, there's no way they are going to win this map. So, but I'd like to see Sox actually getting a point on the on the scoreboard right here, instead of getting keeping this 0-0 score. But they're not out yet. They still have a foothold on the far left. Sorry.
Yes, yeah. Far left, they've got on the Entente left, they've got a foothold. They got something in the mid as well.
Smiley actually, he's very good, getting a very good couple of kills on the far left, and that's how they actually take this far left trench. We just saw it. He killed 3 people or 2 people on the left hand side, tipping the skills into the favor of Venice, taking this trench.
Is the I can't see the trench being capped at all. Is it being capped on your?
It's 1-0 for the Entente right now. So Venice actually successfully took this trench, and this is looking like a drama for Sox. If they can't stabilize this one, they're looking to get a Venice is going to get a nice spread again into this trench, and you don't want that at all. Then this trench is so hard to retake. It's so hard to retake. So I think they actually already lost this trench by losing the right hand side, just giving up in the beginning. A technical error there. And
they've won it, though, haven't they? They're defending now, Venice.
Yeah, I think Venice has successfully stabilized in this trench, getting complete control from far left to far right, and now it's just turkey shooting in the no man's land. This is so hard to actually recap as the Germans.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is rough for the Sox and to take this in, but Venice is so absolutely strong on this map. I wouldn't want to be against them right now. I think this is one of the best players. But do bear in mind, if you lose a trench, you still have the defender's disadvantage. So, for example, if you lose the trench by a team wipe, you'll have 10 seconds of, well, nobody in the trench at all, so you lose the trench very quickly. Same thing happens when you're attacking in counter-attack. If you lose by a team wipe, which is really easy on this map particularly, you open up the attacking side again to just run forward and get into the trench before you're even spawned. So there's a very huge steamroll potential. If you keep dying because of team wipes, you'll have the enemy team already in your trench before you spawn because of the defender's disadvantage, and losing that trench instantly as well. And that's actually what's happening to Sox right now. and the only thing you can do to stabilize that is just take a breather, get a little bit, get the chill pill, and just advance more slowly. Try and get the long range engagements, win those, and then open up the trench to successfully counterattack a little bit.
So they've cleared with the artillery. They've cleared the left-hand side out. So let's see if they can make good on this now. Get some and occupy the trench.
Let's watch the Spirit Dragon is actually going into the mid side here. I'd love to see them getting at least a point, because they are actually a very good team. But just having a few tactical errors here. The Spirit Dragon was into the right, but still gets taken out from afar.
Good managed.
Fall back! Fall back!
Sadly, they weren't able to capture the trench, and Bennis was able to successfully defend this one, resulting in the loss of this trench, and they are able to attack the Sox second trench right now. So we're going to see a lot more of this map.
Yeah, this one's tricky, isn't it? Because the left-hand side of the line is very fragmented, because the shell holes are part of the trench line. Some of them aren't part of the trench line, so it's slightly tricky to know which side of the sandbags you should be on. Now, I think that Bennis are moving in though pretty quickly into it. Are they on the right side or just the left? Yep, they're in the right and the left.
Yeah, I think Sox is just advancing too slowly, taking it. I'm not sure. They're not shooting enough. That's basically it. They're running too much and crouching too much. Just like we saw Malone right here. He should have taken a breather and shot from 2 or 3 shell holes back. That's what's going wrong. But Bennis is just doing it very, very powerful in taking the right engagements on the right time, calling things out as they're going to go down, and not alone winning their duels, but also calling in where the enemy team members are, so that the crossfire people can shoot you from afar.
And you got to do a bit of clearing the trench from afar, and then move in for the close stuff. But they've got grenades and things, so maybe it's not really working very well for them.
Yeah, Sox fell apart here. Lost the second trench already. As we're looking for a 2-0 point score now in favor of Bennis. And I hate to say it, but for Sox it even got harder, because the left-hand side, I'm going to show the stream right now, is actually one big open field, and you think you'll be safe in those shell holes. But because this is such a high position on the left-hand side, you can actually see in most of those holes. So you're never safe, even if you think you are safe. And the left advance is an extremely difficult one.
Right advance is much better, because it's in a ditch, so you can get closer without being spotted.
Yeah, you're completely covered from the left, where Johnny is now looking. And there's a few bigger shell holes, a few cover from the trees as well. But what Johnny needs to do is stop right here, shoot a couple of people, and then run in, because now he's just going to get spotted and killed.
You can do it on the left, but it's very difficult. You've got to almost clear from range, clear the left-hand side, and then run over the open ground.
Grenade incoming!
Actually, Johnny gets 2 kills right there on Vepation and Television with this advance. So I stand corrected. That was actually a very good attack. And if he could have killed the last guy there, Spook, he would have been able to recap the far right side. But it's looking more and more that Bennis is going to hold this defense as well, as they are very comfortably just dancing on top of the trench right now, just shooting the Sox people all across the no man's land.
Sox guys really got to move. They got to move to the right hand, top right side, and come through those ditches, and then approach the trench that way, get a foothold, then move to the middle. But then.
Well, Timic actually getting a few very nice kills from this back position. This is exactly what more of Sox should be doing. Just staying a little bit behind and trying to get a few kills in order for the other squad to advance a little bit.
we've got a squad now on the right advancing on Venice's right, so I don't know how much time we got. 18 seconds, they've got to get in.
Yeah, 16 seconds.
That's one it. That's one it.
Yeah, it gets called out though, and television and Prince are trying to. But this is a very good mortar as well. I hope that they had a few people very close to the right-hand side as well to get the waltz in, but they are in, but just a millisecond too late, I feel like. And just like that, the Germans are again on defense for the last trench they have, as Venice is starting to steamroll this. They need to be careful not to get all killed in the no man's land as they are retreating, because then, as I told you before, you'll be able to lose this trench extremely fast as well.
They're attacking on the left, which is obviously still the difficult side.
Johnny getting a very good kill on television here. Okay, this defense is looking a little bit more sturdy. They actually killed a few Venice people here, but just as we're saying that Sox should keep doing, Venice is actually doing on this left-hand side here. He was spawning in people, yes, but they are staying from afar, killing a few people, and then you'll see the forward spawn run in before, just after they get the kills, not earlier.
They got a couple of guys ran in. Venice guys ran in on the right-hand side while that was happening, and well, they're in. They're all in.
Yeah, there's 6 people in the left, and if Temek could have killed all 6, then it would have been fine, but it looks like they will be capturing this trench quite fast as well. Right spawn actually gets called out. That means Venice knows where everyone is, getting 4 or 5 kills in a span of 10 seconds, and that makes it so that the counter of the capture is actually going very quickly in favor of Venice. Television absolutely putting on the show here. He is hitting every single shot. That is not a small feat. That was really a few good kills right there. And tipping the favor again in towards Venice. Getting those skills. How does the expression actually go?
They've managed to kill down that knock off that spawn as well on the right, so it's theirs. Is it theirs yet? Not quite.
Yeah, they did take it 3-0 for Venice, with the beautiful shots from television coming through, actually resulting in the capture of the trench. And Venice just needs to defend this for 3 minutes, and it might be GG already. Sox needs to get a point on the board here, otherwise they are going to lose face. This is unheard of. 2 times a 3-0 victory is a hard one, a hard pill to swallow, I think. And after this one, they're going on Vosges, and they already proven that they can do it on Vosges a little bit better than here, but this is looking very grim. A very solid attack, a few attack phases from Venice. Very good plays by Television and Smiley, both having tremendously good kill death ratios right here. Let's take a look into how Smiley does things. Actually getting very good kills. They're just looking very comfortable, don't they?
Yeah, they're full of. Well, they've just rolled them over. They just rolled every team over so far this evening. I'm sure they're feeling on top of the world. I don't see. I don't see Sox getting this one back actually. So.
No, I hope they will pick it up a little bit more, but they get almost team wiped here. What I hope they're doing right now is just conserving their energy a little bit. So that they can just be very explosive on Vosges.
They played. I thought they played better on Vosges than this. I think they just felt a little bit mal-coordinated, and also that I think they're playing with all squads basically. So now.
Yeah, I agree, but I also think that Venice is just so extremely powerful on this map. They know all the little crooks and corners they need to be in, and what they need to watch, and how they need to watch it, and when to watch it. And they are just outclassing Sox at this moment, which is a shame though. It feels like they should be able to get a point on the board here, but Now they're just going for kills, it feels like.
But it's so difficult from this point to get into the trench again, because again the ground is open. I mean, there's quite a lot of shell holes you can travel through, but you really need some people to sort of sit somewhere in no man's land, trying to get some headshots on the other team to keep their heads down and clear spaces to get access into the trench with.
Yeah,
someone on the far left. Oh, he nearly made it, but he didn't.
Really made it in. There's 10 seconds left in this defense phase, and when this timer runs out, 7 seconds left, it's going to be GG and another 3-0 victory for Bennis, as it looks like they are going to win right now this match. GKD versus Bennis versus Sox, winning another 3-0 half. Very well played by Bennis, and it's a shame that Sox didn't get a point on the board here.
Good game, well played, everybody.
And we're back in the second match of the best of 3, GKD versus Sox. This one actually going on Vosh. We already saw that 2 times before, or a couple of times before on this in this tournament. And it's going to be extremely interesting to see how Sox are actually going to fight their way back after they lost 6-0 in the previous match.
Well, it looks like they've chosen. Well, we've got the Bennis going with 2 Alpenjäger, and the Sox have got that's a Highlander and a Pulu.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice how they're trying to turn it around here by choosing the Poilu. I'm not sure how that's pronounced properly. But as expected, Bennis is going for the respawnability of the Alpenjägers, and the Poilu and the Highlanders are being picked by Sox here. Sox is going to be attacking first. Yeah. They are going to be attacking first, and I hope that they are going to start advancing on the right.
We'll have to see how it plays out. Everybody's had a lot of practice on this map tonight.
Let me switch to the shellcasting bit. All right, welcome to the second round, the second match of the best of 3. Sox against Bennis. And Sox is actually attacking and advancing on the right-hand side, actually getting a few kills already by Bennis. As Sox is advancing towards the mid-section here, very important that they capture the rocks.
Yeah, they're it doesn't feel very it feels a little bit disjointed again from Sox.
Yeah, they're running too much. They need. Bennis is getting so many kills through as they are already on top of the hill, already on far right, already on far left, and they are getting the crossfire going already, which is very, very nice by Bennis. Very, very good spread around their trench, and that's how Sox is actually getting picked apart already a little bit in advancing to the first trench.
Yeah, well, doesn't seem like Sox are closing in on the right, but then they don't seem to be able to do that last few meters. Are they getting in there now?
Well, they are, as they're running over their dying mates right now, trying to get into the middle. Actually getting one in there, that's very important. So the right side is still the most important part of the trench, as it lures a lot of attention to the right-hand side, actually opening up probably the left. And I hope it's not well defended for Sox right now, but they need to stop and fire.
Whoever got in there, and he got in there and was killed.
Yeah,
really needs to back up from his mates though, because I think they've lost that advantage he gave them.
Yeah, but television already just killing so many people. 8-0 he is already just very comfortable in this far left position as another squad is being spawned in, but I feel like television is going to be able to defuse this on its own.
It's easier to push on the left now, but it's sort of faltered in a shell hole. Somebody's trying to make it go on, but he falls. It's difficult.
They are being picked apart again in the no man's land. They need to take it a little bit more careful, getting these kills, and they showed this that they can do it, but for some reason they're falling apart a little bit. Maybe it's fatigue. It's been a couple of games, but that's the first successful defend by Bennis already, and now it's their turn to attack. So
yeah, this is going to be tricky. You got a spawn of 3 players. You've got 4 players in the trench.
yeah, if you look at the kill feed right now, it's all Bennis, and that's 5 kills. So that's the whole team already wiped. And they can run into the trench on the post. So this is the dangerous part of losing a trench and getting catched into the no man's land. You are going to get caught off and lose too many players opening up your trench like this, as we just saw happening.
Yep.
And now Sox is in. Go on.
I was going to say, Bennis are in the left, they're in the mid, and they're in the right.
They're already firmly in this trench. Spirit actually having a nice advance on the right-hand side right now, killing 2 people of Bennis, actually regaining the right-hand side. And this might be the stabilization that we're looking for that Sox has. He notices a guy behind this tree and actually moving out, returning a little bit of their favor, but the ulti has a very good crossfire position, shooting him just as he gets the flanks going. I mean, Spirit the Dragon did everything right there, but he wasn't covered in the middle. Here we are, Bennis versus Sox right now. Bennis is attacking first. It's the second half of the second match, and Bennis is 1-0 ahead in maps, and already took the first half of this one. So if Bennis is tying this one up or successfully taking the trench as well, they win this tournament.
So the Bennis are using 2, so they both French squads, and we've got a sausage trooper and an Alpha for the Sox.
Oh, that's absolutely interesting to see how they are going at this. Bennis actually changing tactics right here, using the grenades and the different weapons to try and everyone has grenades right now, and they're trying to utilize that one, I think.
They're mixing it up a bit, I think is what you'd call it.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was trying to get at. Smiley actually is trying to do the same thing as he was doing before as well, directly opting to go to the hillside, but getting stopped dead in the tracks. I'm not sure what television and Ulti were doing there.
I don't think the communication on the Sox team is going very well. I just watched a bloke just get shot from behind after one of the Bennis's just shot about 3 of his mates who were standing behind him.
It's painful to see, because already Bennis has taken this trench. They removed all German opposition in the trench, except for Malone actually holding his own right now on the hillside.
Well, there's one left, isn't there?
And he was able to spawn 4 of his mates in.
Oh yes.
So let's see if Malone can actually keep this going and get the far right now. He was able to get his mate Johnny in there.
Well, there's someone on. Oh no, he's gone. Yeah. Oh, it's all gone. Just gonna look on the right hand side. there's no one left. I looked on the left and right hand side. He gone too. So we got 1 bloke in the middle, 2 blokes in the middle for Sox. Now 1.
Actually, Sox is retaking this trench right now. They have 5 people in here, so they're successfully defending it. If they can fully capture this back and get rid of the foothold in 7 seconds, they will have their chance to attack for their own. So this is looking good for Sox. They need to get the last few people of Bennis out here, and then it's their time to attack. But sadly, they are going to. They got killed on the far left side for Antali.
Yeah, so Bennis are well in on the left.
If you are going to step up as Sox, you do need to do it right now. It's the foothold time. You need to get into the trench, get rid of that foothold, a nasty foothold, before you are losing this trench towards the Bennis people. It's getting more and more dodgy. The seconds are ticking away right now. Sox, they're all sprinting towards the mid, trying to get the more of the Antali guys, but sadly they get both killed, and that's how the Bennis takes this trench again. looking very grim for Sox, and they need to keep this foothold they have right now, and utilize the right-hand side in order to get enough people into the trench to retake this one. I desperately want to see them getting 8 points on the board here. Johnny actually...
It's going to be difficult from this position, though. They haven't got anybody in. Spawns are quite far away.
Johnny actually waiting for his teammates to spawn in, and then he will advance, but... Let's see what he does.
The right is open to the...
Also getting a few nice jump kills in. Just feeling completely comfortable, and he loves the hill. Ulti absolutely loves the hill, and he will... he's a gigantic danger for everyone. But do the Germans have a foothold anywhere?
Yeah, yes, there's one guy on the right.
Sox
yeah.
actually getting a lot of kills now. That's what they changed. They went for the MP18 right now. And let's see if Morna is actually able to utilize this MP18 in order to get a little bit of a few more kills in here for Sox. Into stabilizing this trench. He gets blown up though. I like this idea they're having. But each second takes away, and they only have 1 minute and 11 seconds to get a foothold, and it's so hard for them to get into this trench if they keep them doing it like this.
It feels like it's slipped away from them already, doesn't it?
They are fighting for their honor right here. They should be going. They need this 1 point. They need this 1 point.
But if
this
they
is one.
but they got to go double recon. If they had the guy in the trench, then he could have spawned some other guys in with him. You know, double recon every time.
The MP18 could have helped with the close quarter stuff, but it is definitely falling apart for Sox right here. I think when they had the chance was when there was only a few people in left, but I don't think they get this. They can get such an advantage again, as 4 people are just waltzing into the mountain for Venice, and that means you will not be alive for long. In no man's land.
6 seconds, I think.
5
that's
seconds. It. Yeah, this is. They don't have a foothold. This is it. End of story. GG. Venice wins this tournament by an easy 2-0 victory. 2 maps go in favor of Venice. Very, very, very solid play by Venice here, and Sox gets second place in this tournament.